Joey D's bachelor party. That's a bachelor party.
The Friday night at Riot House was the banger. UFC betting was going on. Pool was being used. It was a good time, man. For me, it's really cool to see this group of friends mingle and connect with guys who've known me for a long, long time.
British Open picks. What do you got?
I think playing really well.
I think gonna do well, man.
Head on over to Fade Jet.
Who am I taking in a miscut bet? Give me.
Go on your sportsbook app and proceed to
That's
miss
big,
the
dude.
cut.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back to another edition here of the Bob Does Sports podcast, week after week after week, sometimes missing a week and maybe missing a week after that, but we're here, right now. That's all that matters. Jupiter, Florida, Fat Perez to my left, Joey Coldcuts to my right, and Benjamin Schicker all the way on there to the right. How are we all doing today, gentlemen?
Whole crew's here.
Whole crew, whole gang, Poppy behind the lens, right where we belong, right where we should be.
It's been a while since we had a full crew on a podcast.
It's true.
I feel like that's not been like a Zoom podcast, so a lot of traveling, a lot of moving. Are you all right over there?
Yo, just keep talking.
The
Keep
guy
talking.
is shuffling
Keep talking.
around
I'm just
like
getting
crazy.
comfortable. There's a lot
Yeah,
of
we're
pillows
back. We're
here,
back.
dude.
All right, we are absolutely
Crushing
back.
No, I was just saying that we've been on the road, been doing some traveling and a lot of moving parts. So it feels like for the first time in a while, we're all here in Florida. We got a big film week this week, and then Breezy Open coming up. So a lot of stuff happening, but it's good. It feels like we're back, at least for this moment.
Correct, 100%. Something that I kind of want to dive into right away. We're in a little bit of recovery mode. Joey D's bachelor party. Let's start with. That's a bachelor party. You have the one day where you really get after it and you really go all in. And then the other 2 days we kind of just chilled, hung with the boys, hung out, got you and Pop into pickleball a little bit,
Sure.
which was really cool for me. But that's the way a bachelor party should be at our age.
Were they good at pickleball, by the way? I didn't ask.
Yeah, 100%. It was kind of hard to see.
Couldn't see anything.
Well,
Yeah.
Poppy
Couldn't
being
see-
slimmer now, he had to be mobile.
Couldn't see if there was one side of the court where visibility was a lot worse than the other one.
Yeah, and Showtime was pissing me off because he would serve and like it was just like a respect thing nobody could see. So like you just serve, you don't try and slam it. Like you do it where somebody could hit it. It's pitch black out. And he was like slamming serves. And I'm like, Showtime, like we're out of respect for like just getting a volley going. Like it's not just slam it. He's like, if you can't handle the heat, get out. Don't say in the kitchen about it. Like, yo,
That sounds. I
like-
wasn't
That
out there,
sounds-
but that sounds right.
if it was light out, I would have been ripping balls at him.
FP, weren't you at one point he was talking about his golf game and you were just shaking your head? There was something that was being said. I don't remember to the
He was a
extent.
great addition, by the way.
Yeah, he was, but he's a wild boy. The fact that he decided that he came and basically dropped everything the day before to come for a weekend with the
It
boys.
was a lot of fun. That was definitely the hottest weather I think we've ever played golf in.
We definitely didn't go
115.
crazy aside from the Friday night at Riot House was a banger, but I think we've been like, we've kind of been just going like crazy, and especially for us, like you're traveling like across the country, like, time difference stuff, 2 days of travel for basically 3 days there. It was a little tiring, right? I think everybody then with the heat, being out in the desert with the golf, hangovers and stuff, we really needed some time just to kind of chill out, which I thought was great. We had a great night that last night. UFC, betting was going on, and the pool was being used. It was a good time, man. That's what it was. And for me, it's really cool to see this group of friends mingle and connect with the guys who've known me for a long, long time, and I know Bob just couldn't get enough storytelling from, everybody and whatnot, but it was awesome. It was good, especially like my brother and my cousins being there. You guys kind of get a better feel for like the people that I hang out with back home, and it was awesome. I had a great time. And I said to Bob earlier, I think had that been like maybe few years back, we would have been raging every night.
Yeah.
But it feels like, we've been on kind of like a big tour lately with a lot of partying and stuff. So I thought it was awesome. I had a great time.
You got a solid group of friends back home, and stories were told. I heard many stories that one shocked me and two didn't surprise me at all. They were both. But you got a great crew. Nice guys.
Tall guys too.
A lot of tall friends. You pick tall
Real
friends,
big
dude.
boys.
Yeah, some tall strapping guys.
He's got some tall friends that can hit the golf ball. I'll tell you that much.
It's just funny to talk to them and hear that they've seen all the things that we now see, and nothing has changed in regard to Joey D. I mean, it's the same guy.
I may have toned it down a little bit too, to be completely honest, if that's possible.
That's
in my
wild.
in my
think you
early
did.
to mid 20s. I was really out of control. I was really. I'm not even. I was really, because I was out raging and partying. I was going to raves. I was really out of control.
Clapping ass.
Yeah, there's some stories.
Jeez, man.
Yeah, man.
Sure, I guess. Yeah,
part of the
sure,
youth, brother.
sure. Clapping cheeks, I guess. But no, I do think though that, like, you know, Brian and some of those guys, they've seen me, you know, on my 19th birthday when I was blacked out and they had to carry me home. Like I've definitely toned it down a little bit for sure.
Yeah,
I mean, I'm getting old, Bob.
yeah,
38 years old now.
But again, we always say you're very young at heart. You would never know. I feel like you'll be acting the same way when you're 60 as you do now, and that's a good thing. I don't want you to act any different. I want you to be the same, but I don't see that ever change. I think when I'm 60, you're going to know I'm 60.
Imagine Bob does sports with us being 60-year-olds.
Yeah, like I'm going to be like 60 going on like 110.
Yeah, I mean, you
know?
already act older than him,
Right.
and you're a good 7 years younger.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Respectfully.
No. Look, I get it. I think
You
I'll
settled
be-
into your to yourself though. I will say, like, people don't realize when I first met Bob, we would go out all the time.
It's true.
Like, Bob would go out. We'd go out 2-3 nights a week. We'd go out to lounges and clubs and rooftops and you know, and we'd have a great time. But then it started to transition, and what changed Bob ultimately was when COVID hit and he had an excuse just to be in all the time. He got very used to being in all the time, and that transition turned into what we have now, which is you know, home front Bob, and you know. But I will say, when you do go out now, you commit and you have a great time. It's awesome. But you pick your spots.
I do. I think I said to you the other day, I have like that club. We went to Ride House. I do have my times where I really go all out. It's rare. It's very rare, but I do have my times. A night that we were talking about that doesn't get talked about enough. One of my favorite Bob to Sports nights is the last night with Rick Shields.
Yeah, that was tremendous. Yeah.
Like, that was one of the greatest. Both sides were all together. It was so much fun.
We went to
Made for
multiple
a
spots.
really tough fucking travel day on back into that. I mean, I don't know what we were thinking. We were like,
don't even
we were
remember.
sending it with dudes that had like a 3-hour drive ahead of them the next
Yeah.
day. We had a fucking cross-country flight or cross-ocean,
transatlantic, yeah.
transatlantic flight. Yeah, that was a little... And we could have kept going too.
We could have.
We really did. They wanted us to. Yeah. But we were like, we gotta fucking go. Like, this is nuts.
You know what? A great night with Rick Shields was the first night too.
First night.
Where-
Do you remember that?
Which night was the first?
We went out the first,
First
night, and they
night.
were giving us these shots that we had never had, and they kept passing around. Everybody was laughing.
Is that
their
when people were
asses
bringing
off.
the trays of drinks?
Yes,
in the back?
yes.
I almost think that
Yeah.
night was better.
I think so.
It was good for morale and for vibes. It really
Yeah.
set the tone of the trip. And everybody, I just remember everybody laughing their asses
my
off that
God,
night.
Yeah.
When did we run into Harold Varner? Was that the night before?
the last night.
The night before the last night?
No, that was the last night.
We ran
Was
into
it?
Harold
Yeah.
Varner?
The last night was pretty rowdy.
that was all those
I just remember
tour
that,
players
the
were
bottle
there.
service the last night.
Well, you guys started we were all sick, by the way, and then everybody was like just horribly sick, and you started at the bar, that indoor outdoor bar, and then you went, I forget what the place was called, but then you went to that club, or we went to that
Yeah.
club.
It's one of the greatest pictures of Tick too, and we're at that Indian restaurant, and we took the group photo,
yeah.
and Tick went out. I feel like when you get ready to take a picture, Pop like never knows for sure what to
Peace
do.
sign.
Like, there's kind of a little bit of a panic, like he just doesn't know what to do, and he just threw out the.
He was,
Pop was in his element at that Indian restaurant.
Rick Shields shut it down. He's like, we got nowhere to eat. We ate we ate at Nando's 11 days in a row, and then he's like,
Sure did.
"Let me take care of you."
Could have done 12.
It was like midnight, and he's like, "No, I got the spot," and he like kept the Indian restaurant open. And that was a good time.
You want to talk about my picture? How about one of the greatest videos that does not get used enough? I don't know if we've ever used it. Is the one where you're in that chair and you're just like going back and forth.
You're just like
You've got
bumping in a
lollipop
chair.
in your mouth.
Oh yeah.
That
was
is one of
on
I
the-
took
one.
my shirt off.
Sure did.
When Dum Dum Bob's comes out, you got some like
Yeah.
it's rare, but it happens only in clubs every once in a while.
finds lollipops.
Yeah, he finds Dum Dums
the
everywhere.
wildest shit
Somehow
in the
he
world.
finds- and not just one, he'll have a whole case for
Yeah,
everyone.
bought a whole bag at Riot
whole
House.
bag,
He did
yeah.
that. I think he did that last time
Sure
too.
did.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, sure
It's like
did.
his
Buys the
move.
bag.
Dum Dum Bob.
It's pretty fun. Yeah, it's a great
Brilliantly
play.
dumb. Brought to you by Dum Dum.
He's just handing out Dum Dums in
Dum
the club.
Dum Bob.
Remember we had that wig too that Perez put on,
Yeah.
and
Oh, like
very
the George
regal.
Washington
Yeah, like it was
wig.
like a regal.
Yeah, that was the last night. Yeah.
I don't know where that thing
man.
came from.
We got to go back to Scotland. That was,
We might
that was
have to go
wild.
back.
I loved it there.
I
God
would.
damn, I
That's a
loved it
place I would definitely go back to. That was so much fun. But it's got to be done with Rick. Showing you the way.
Maybe
Like, I couldn't-
Ireland.
I'd be if Rick wasn't there, it'd be a lonely feeling. Like now that we went there that first time with him, it wouldn't hit the same.
I think we have to have him to get any golf scheduled. I'm not sure we're.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah,
not sure we're
that's it.
No.
we're too welcome there.
no, it's true.
I think
Well,
Crail put
we're
out the
definitely
word
not
that we're-
welcome at one spot.
That's true. You know what?
They made it seem like they had some pull too. Like I don't know if
The place?
Yeah, I don't know if they've
Oh,
been
I didn't
talking.
know that.
I would be kind of like if we had to go back there. Imagine we had to go back to that course and Rick wasn't there. I'd be kind of scared. I feel like our pictures are on the fucking wall.
Yeah, I don't think.
You know what I mean? Like I feel like they really have it out for us. And for the record, I will defend us. We didn't do anything wrong with that drinking challenge. We were told
But we
that
got
they knew.
hammered.
We
Yeah,
did,
but
but
they
were always
they
gonna
knew
get
knew it was
hammered.
coming.
But they knew it was coming. I mean, I had talked to the guy after and told him whatever he needs from us, we'll do. Blur out the
He's still
cards
running
and
for
whatnot.
the shanties.
Yeah,
Great place.
at minimum we thought we had said everything needed.
Yeah.
Yeah, there might have been a miscommunication.
Perhaps some lost in translation.
Yeah.
But I mean, like Rick even went in there to go get the cups from them, and I think we thought that Rick had spoken with them and cleared it, but that was not the case. So yeah,
Oh, we only found out later.
That was
We
not
found
the
out
case.
months later.
I think the thing that really set them off is that we had the beer glasses out there on the court.
Which we went and
Have
got
to
from the
be-
bar.
Rick got him.
Yeah,
from the-
Rick got them from the
Yeah.
bar.
So I mean,
Well, you know what?
we weren't hiding anything.
yeah, we never do really.
I guess it's Ireland.
Couldn't if we wanted to.
Yeah, we'll have to go. We'll go to Ireland.
Your teeth look good, Joe.
think
Did they
they
already
were-
start that?
No,
the
they'll be
whole
removed by the end of the year.
veneers.
It's not veneers. It's implants.
Looks
You getting
good.
tooth implants?
I have to get a bunch of teeth extracted.
Okay.
Yeah, and
Dude,
it's
that's-
What's the difference between a veneer and an implant? Like, is an implant like a whole tooth?
yeah.
Oh, and a veneer is just like
It's
they
like a
add on.
covering.
Got
A
it.
veneer, I believe, it's they put like a covering case, like a
They shave
I don't
it
know
down.
what kind of materials built out of, but it basically coats your teeth, and then it'll wear down. This is essentially a whole new tooth that they're gonna put, like new teeth. That
Got like a
implant.
screw in you,
They will
right?
screw them into my mouth.
But that is they're gonna
It's
knock
going
you
to
out,
be
right?
horrible.
When is
yeah.
this happening?
Probably in October, November, sometime. Yeah,
You're
it's
gonna
going to
be
be.
schneid for a little.
Well, no, apparently it happens
You'll
all
be
in
out
one.
golfing the next day, dude.
No,
I
apparently it happens
guarantee
in
he
one
is.
in one day. They do the whole thing.
But you feel fine after?
I'm sure it's gonna be sore as fuck, but like it is what it is. They're gonna give me, they're gonna put me under, and I'll probably be on morphine or whatnot. But it's
I'm
gonna
sure
be
they'll
terrible.
give you.
But I
I'm
can't
sure they'll give
imagine-
you Vicodin or something.
Yeah, if they put you under, I can't imagine unless after it hurts. But I can't imagine it'll be too bad.
Sore after
There's some
they're
soreness.
screwing
Yeah.
into my gums.
I bet you Cutsy the next day he's at like Panther National and he's like, "Oh, look at this place!" Like,
I will say that
Just a
smile.
swollen ass face.
My smile is going to be drastically different. It's
In
going
a good
to
way?
be much better. Yeah,
but
I'm
it'll
gonna
be
have.
the same,
I'm gonna have
same,
like.
same Peter though, right?
Oh, of course. But I will have a much different, like, it will be, it's not, this is not something I'm doing for aesthetic reasons, like bear down wool, twist and pretzel, and tell people. It's something I have to do because my teeth can fall out. I have a receding of the bone in my gums, and it's really detrimental. It's a problem. I hate the dentist. I can't imagine a place I would rather be than dentist. I think the two things I hate most in life are moving and going to the dentist.
Been banged a couple times.
Oh, on both fronts.
I said even in my Instagram post, I was talking about the dentist. I used to not mind the dentist at all.
I thought you used to like going there.
Not necessarily like it, but I just never minded it. It just never bothered me. Now it's like when they get out that's great. Like they gotta find a different machine.
They got primitive tools for 20. We have AI now that you can fucking interact with, and they can't get a better use of something than yanking your mouth. It's really.
I hate it now, but the good thing is once you leave, you're in the clear for what's supposed to be 6 months. You know.
Well, I'm gonna be banged pretty soon, so glad to know the teeth look good now. That you won't see them in 6 months. Half of them.
You've been banged.
I have been banged, yeah.
That's right. It happens. Everybody takes a banging every once in a while.
All right, folks, on and off the course, doesn't matter what you put in your cocktail. I'm telling you right now, I'm a big Negroni guy. Give it a little switch up. New Amsterdam, Stratosphere Gin, citrus flavor. Let's talk Negronis for a second. The best Negroni you could possibly make. There's never a doubt. We drink it when the boys come over. Put Stratosphere Gin in your cocktail and send it on over to us using hashtag BobDoesGin. We want to see the cocktail you make with the one and only Stratosphere Gin in it.
All right, boys, let's go on into British Open picks. We'll start with you, Mr. Stubby. British Open this week. Not sure exactly when this will be released. Probably Wednesday, Thursday, just starting. What do you got?
I think Ludwig's been playing really well. He was in contention last week, kind of fell off in the final round. He's had a few of those tournaments where he hasn't really had a great Sunday when he's been in contention, but I think he's just trending. Guy's just so solid. He's just always up there. I think it's just a matter of time before this guy gets one done, and I don't think it's crazy for him to start off with a major. You look at Morikawa and you look at some younger guys that have gotten that ball rolling in the past, and this guy's as good as anybody. So Troon's great. I mean, the Open Championship is just a fantastic event, and the time's a little weird for us here to watch it, but it's worth it. It's worth to get up and watch.
What time will it be on at?
That's what we were talking about.
Probably like
yesterday.
6.
Well, it's 5 hours ahead.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you just got to add 5 hours. It's actually nice. It's like ends at
Like 2 o'clock, 1 o'clock.
well, I mean, think about it, right? Golf tournament would end here at 6 p.m.
Yeah.
They're 5 hours ahead of us. So
Sunday, you're looking at like 8 to 1.
11 a.m.
Yeah.
finish, something like that.
Who's favored? I haven't even looked.
Probably Scotty, I would
Oh,
imagine.
it's got to be, yeah.
Yeah.
I think Rory bounces back.
Oh, Rory probably too
Rory
is
could be favorite.
Yeah.
I think Rory's going to do well, man. I just saw how upset he was after the last tournament. He was so close to winning that major. It had to be devastating for him because he's been chasing a major for so long, and then to miss 2 putts of that, of that nature, of that such small putts. I wouldn't be surprised, especially being back in Europe. I wouldn't be surprised if he came out firing and really put up a couple rounds early on to give himself, an early cushion. So, who do you like, Bob?
You know what? I think I'm going to go with Bryson to repeat. I think he's going to be just swinging so free. He's just got nothing to lose now. He's playing so good. He's got to go in there just the weight of the world off of his shoulders. Not that he had been playing good prior, but just you get another win in like that, you're just free swinging, having a ball. I think he lights it up, and it was going to be the first time where I put a bet on Scotty. But I think Bryson would be the play. Let's head on.
What is
head on over to Fade Jets.
The world wants to know
The
this
world
next-
would like to
Yeah.
know what is Benny Stick.
Who am I taking in a miscut bet?
Give me Brooks Koepka.
Yeah, that's
Give me Brooks Koepka. That's my pick. Brooks Koepka, dude.
wow.
That's the pick.
Yeah.
Go on your sportsbook app and proceed to
That's
miss
pick,
the
dude.
cut.
Brooks Koepka.
BK. How about Pop? Pop, you like anyone?
Cam Smith.
That's a great pick, dude.
Cam
They're
Smith.
solid.
It's a great pick
Yeah.
always.
Oh, I always
He's
love
won.
him.
He's won one a couple years ago. So
Yeah.
Did he win the Open?
yeah, he won the Open.
Open.
He had an unbelievable putting day on the
Rory-
last day. We were in
Rory-
Nantucket, and he just
Rory was up for
Balled
strokes
out.
to start the day.
yeah.
I wasn't.
2 years ago.
I didn't go to that
You missed
trip.
that one.
Yeah.
Last year we were in Canada and Brian Harmon took it home.
Yeah, I hope that
And you
doesn't
had a
happen
fit.
again. That was the most boring, most. There was no one even. It wasn't even that it was him.
Wasn't John Rahm right there?
No, the final day was the
was in-
Austrian guy, the big guy.
Sepp Straka.
Sepp Straka was like the next closest guy to him. He was like five,
Rahm
six
was
strokes
there.
back.
Yeah, Rom was there. I remember
No,
that,
not
too.
on the final day with 5, 6 holes left. There was
Okay.
no one close to him. It was so anticlimactic.
You like his waggles. You mentioned a lot how you liked his pace of play, Harmon's.
Sure,
You were envious of
must
his
have
game.
been in another time zone.
And you love Megacorp.
Yeah, you do.
Was that a sponsor, Meg?
Yeah, we
Yeah.
don't know. Take a jerk.
the
Megacorp
most
is like
boring
they're like a
have ever.
company that like owns the water. Like if you put Megacorp on your
It's
head,
it's like a Disney villain.
yeah,
right?
it sounds like,
it's like a
you ever see
villainous.
Mr. Robot or whatever that show was called? That evil
iRobot?
company, I think it was called Megacorp. It was called something Corp, and they just like own everything. I'm telling you,
Yeah, this time last year we were in Canada
Yeah.
watching it.
Yeah,
it's a great time.
we were in
And we're going back. You know,
We're going back.
Big one coming up, Joey. Did.
Yeah, big celebration. That was the thing that I took out of the bachelor party the most, that I was happy about, is now that everyone's had a chance to connect and meet and like mingle. Like, I think the wedding now is just going to be a freaking banger.
Yeah.
I actually think it's going to be a massive party.
You've got some friends that you were calling them stuff. I wasn't sure some of it if it was their names or if it was what you were.
By the way,
calling them.
they got to be thinking the same
First
thing
of all,
with
yeah,
us.
true.
Yeah, it's
First
fair
of all,
enough.
your
You
friend
know?
Petey.
Oh,
Is that his-
Fuchs?
Well, there you go. Yeah.
Well, his last name's Fugel.
And he
so we
hates
call
your
him
guts.
Fuchs. He did for a long time. We were actually very close. He hated me at first, and then we were very close now. But yeah, it took some time to mend that.
Right.
He said he hated you because you tried to be cool.
That's good. Yeah, I liked it. He was awesome.
funny.
Peter's the kind of guy that he's very quiet and soft spoken, but the more comfortable he gets and knows people,
Oh, he was funny.
He will just start taking shots and jabs, and he's very outlandish.
And then your friend Tall. His name is obviously not Tall. You know what I mean? He's like
his name's Brian, but
okay.
he's very tall. So
Well, is that why you call him Tall?
Yeah.
Because you have a couple friends that could be called Tall.
yeah, but he's been we've called him tall since high school. It's
That's a
been his
great
nickname.
name, dude. Just to call somebody Tall.
I don't think I've called him Brian maybe more than 10 times in my life.
Got it.
Really nice guy.
Yeah, he's a great
Yeah,
dude.
nice guy, too. You got a lot of-
Warren's a rowdy fucking guy. And then they're all good dudes, man. They're just, but I think seeing that like what came out of that, I think the aftermath at the wedding is going to be this
Also,
guy's going to be banged up.
Your brother, I think you've lost, and I don't want to. No, I'm not taking a shot here. I think you've lost a little of your Canadian accent over the.
Yeah,
your
I
brother
have.
was talking.
Yeah, I agree with
he's
that.
got the most. He says "a" after every sentence.
I used to say a ton.
Yeah.
And I've been.
He seems like a rowdy fella.
Oh yeah.
Fun guy.
He was sauced when we first walked in.
Oh, we got there
Drunk
late day one.
quick.
We got there at 5 p.m., 6 p.m. They were there since 12, which I didn't know you could do that in Airbnb. Normally you got to like show up at 4. They were hammered.
Yeah, they
when we
were
got there.
litty.
Yeah.
Barzal asked me like 30 times if I was having fun within
Same.
the first
Same.
5 minutes.
We all
I
got
just think he wanted everyone to have a good time.
Yeah.
But going back to Anthony at the wedding, somebody has to request the song Rasputin. That
yeah.
he does. He goes down and does the Russian dance, and it is
Oh, my
one of the
goodness.
funniest fucking things you'll ever see. I don't know how he doesn't split his pants. Like he gets. Rah, rah, Rasputin. Da, 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 da. It's a great song.
Remember Elf where he's like dancing on the fucking
Yeah, when you go
table
down
and get
and
low
like,
and then
you
you
kick
like,
your knees
I know that
out.
dance.
I know
that in the mail
Yeah,
order.
it's that.
There and he gets in the middle of the dance floor and he just busts it out. Like, it's not even like half-assed. Like, he goes hard for like a minute, and it's like after he's just dripping in sweat. But every wedding now we always request the Rasputin song. It's fucking hilarious. So
we're all dancers. Like when even we're out in the club, everybody we have no problem dancing. You know what I
FP's got
mean?
some real moves on the and
He's
then
a
Bob,
perfect club dancer.
No, you do, FP. Like
No,
when you're on
you're
the golf
so
course, you
suave
break
for the
it down.
club. You're a perfect club dancer. He just moves so smoothly in the club.
You
By the
follow
way-
the rules of like in Hitch. You know, he says like,
Yeah,
you don't
he
need none of this. You just keep it
Yeah,
right
that's
here. That's kind of where you are at though. Like that's good. You don't overcomplicate.
just vibing, dude.
Exactly.
Yeah, you are.
And then
Just
Bob,
vibing.
when you really get out and you have fun and you get like drunk, your dance moves, you just. I remember. I always think of the wedding of your sister.
Yeah.
When you're just there and you just. He's got his
up on
his
stage.
tux half undone.
Dude, there's old videos. I don't know if this is what you're referring to. There was an old video. One of my first introductions was that video, the international carpool you guys did.
Fucking
and somebody
awesome.
made that 4-minute clip of you guys.
Yeah.
There's some hardcore dancing in there. And I don't know if that was at a club or at a wedding
Oh,
or where
yeah.
it was.
There's
where
one
was
other
that?
dance, it's my sister's wedding. I got up on the stage with the band and I'm waving a fucking napkin around. And then there's a clip of us in Vegas.
Oh, it
And
must have been
that
Vegas.
yeah, Vegas. That was.
That's a wild clip. that's
That
a
was like
wild
that's part of that
clip.
video. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was the UCLA.
Yes.
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 Yeah.
I don't fuck
UCLA.
with dancing at weddings. I vibe in the club, but I don't dance at weddings.
Oh, but you'll get out there for the D-Man's wedding.
No, it doesn't.
Sure, I won't.
You're not
yeah.
gonna get out
He's
on
gonna
that
park
day?
No, I
himself
don't
by
do-
that
I don't
bar
fucking-
and have himself a good time.
Yeah, I'm a wedding. I'm more of a vibes guy at a wedding.
Oh.
I like a cigar. I like that type of thing. You find me out on the patio.
There's an outdoor patio.
If I'm gonna
there.
dance, like I want something. I want like a wall behind me. Like I don't want to dance in the open.
Yo, I got to tell you something that makes so much sense.
You know
by the
what
way.
I'm
I
saying?
totally get that.
Like,
now
I
that you
don't-
said, and now I'm thinking about you at Riot House.
Yeah, I'm good with something behind me.
It's sweet. It's
But I'm not dancing when I gotta like. I can play One Direction pretty decently. But when I feel like I gotta move.
makes sense.
You're not jumping in the middle of a circle.
No.
Yeah.
Mosh pit.
No. I'm not
Bob
I'm not
has.
getting bumped.
Yeah, did the
You know,
Ray
I don't want to
Lewis.
get bumped on. You know,
Yeah.
I'm good.
Bob, you're a good dancer, man.
Yeah, he
You've
is.
got like it's the same thing I was saying a few weeks ago about like when you play a sport, you turn into this like athlete. Like you stand up straight, you look like you got swag. You're very good. But the second you put the sport down, you're going back to the slush. But the same thing with dancing too. Like you look good out there. Like you look like you know what you're doing.
Yeah, God, I don't look athletic golfing. I
think
look
so.
Like, I can make a practice swing look like I'm really. It's like mannerisms a lot, but the standing up straight thing's tough
like the
because I'm
first-
starting to
Like,
realize that
When we were playing pickleball, I was like, damn, you were moving around like you were an athlete. Like, you look great.
pickleball's my game.
Yeah.
Yeah, pickleball I love. As long as we could see.
Pop, will you get out there on the dance floor?
I'm not a great dancer. I don't have the rhythm doesn't live within inside me. Like it's not in my body.
Talk about the rhythm of the night.
Correct.
Rhythm of
Yeah.
the
But I'll get out
Let me
there.
do the
Yeah.
rhythm of the night.
I'm more like what FP was talking about though. I'm more of like a vibes guy, certainly out on the patio with a cigar.
Well, they have that rooftop patio that we're going to be on right outside of the ballroom, and
Yeah.
it overlooks the whole
Remember that.
golf course, which is really nice.
I remember them having a good salad too.
The food's going to be really
Oh,
good
you mean
too.
the site of the first ever Bob Does Sports major?
Yes.
Yeah, wow.
Was that the first? No.
Yeah, it was.
I think that was the
Canadian
second.
Open.
It was the first Bob. No, it was the first. It's literally the title is the first ever Bob Does Sports major. I don't even know who won.
That
I know
was
there was a meltdown. I
Stubby,
know.
the
There was
Meltdown.
two
You were winning.
meltdowns.
It was
by
a
him.
Fern Gully
That's the Fern Gully
Forest.
Forest.
Yeah, Fern
Most
Gully
people
there.
can suck my nuts. Yeah, that's awesome.
I saw a video format idea. I don't remember what the game was called. I'll have to look it up. But it was basically a stroke play. It would be like a major, but you drop some amount of the worst holes. So you can drop like your 3 worst holes for the 18.
Was this on YouTube?
Well, I had a 9 and a 10
saw it on like
back to back.
TikTok or something like that. There's this name of the game. I can't remember what it was. It's pretty ridiculous. I'm not sure we used the name, but it was like perfect format for the first day of like a guy's golf trip. So like you come in and like because these two are gonna fuck up somewhere along the line. So it's almost like
I was rolling too, which sucks because I was playing.
I mean, if you take those 2 holes away,
I had a 9 and a 10 back
sure
to
if
back.
you
But
win.
you
would've won. Sure.
you get to take 2 of yours away as well.
Correct. But that's going to be more impactful for them.
Oh, totally.
I like there was a thing of us playing like as strokes, like each one of us are playing stroke play, but we're together and we want to beat the total amount of score. So like I think it said like Perez, I don't know, it was like a 70 for Perez. Joe was like an 85, me a 90. You combine those 3 scores, and collectively with each of our strokes, we have to go under whatever that combined is.
That makes sense. I've never seen
You know what I'm
that.
saying?
So like somebody could really help. Like
Like,
along
you
the
could
line.
end up shooting
Yeah, if I go
6
really
under.
low, I give it's
I
like
could
almost
shoot
you guys
9
eating
full.
tacos and shit for me.
Yeah.
It's like you
Correct.
guys eating chicken nuggets for me.
Correct.
Yeah.
We just got to
Or-
get a total number done.
With his number, say he puts up like an 80, we save 5 strokes there. I
Yeah.
can then go shoot a
That's kind of
94.
cool.
It's not bad.
Yeah, I thought that was pretty cool. Keep the ideas coming in the comments.
So it's stroke play, but with total strokes. It's not even like
It's like a
a.
handicap for each.
It's like a
person.
team total
It's
stroke.
like it's like a grand salami.
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind
It's like
doing
a
that
grand
even
salami bet, right?
Yeah.
Thursday.
Like in baseball.
I think
Yeah.
that's pretty cool. I like it.
Yeah, like over under home runs for the day, like total home runs for the day in the league.
Yes.
It's fun.
The grand. Did you,
You ever
do-
fuck with that?
You,
You
ever
ever do
play
the
Beat the
under on that?
Streak?
No, I would love to.
Yeah.
I
Did you
really
ever play
would.
Beat the Streak in the old days? MLB.com.
Yeah.
I
remember that.
If you got
You, like,
9
picked-
homers in a row, you made like
Yeah.
$1 million. You picked a different
Yeah.
player every day to hit a home run, and if you rattled off 9 in a row, I think
Yeah,
you won $1
yeah,
million.
yeah.
bucks.
Oh,
do that.
yeah, you needed like 25 of
mine
those.
was
Well,
when-
no, just not because the record of like home runs in a row by a player is like 9.
Right.
So you just had to pick a player every night, and if you made a streak of 9 or 10, you won the whole thing.
That must have been
And they
hot
had it for
for a
hits.
while.
They had it for hits also. You would have to get 57.
Yeah.
The one I knew though was
No, I don't think anybody ever
ESPN
won.
did that.
ESPN did it, yeah.
Where like it was just
That's
it was
what
like
I'm thinking
random
of.
bet options that you like pick a game or
And if you got like 25 right in
Yeah.
a row, like 25 straight days, then you won, like $1 million.
yeah.
Holy shit.
Sounds
Never
so
do it.
easy.
It was
doesn't
hard
it?
as hell, dude. I never
So
got past
fucking
like 5.
hard.
You're all now. You're on the Nerfy grind.
Yeah. Well, I haven't really
Tell the
gone.
people about the Nerfy.
I haven't really gone crazy lately. The last few weeks, I've for the sports betting, I haven't gone nuts. But what I did find, and I brought Tick into the fold, and we had a couple fun ones, is the no runs first inning is a fun
the best bet in sports.
ride. And what I'll do is, and here's the thing, right? Like I'll look at the slate and see like the best pitchers that are going, and of course you're gonna pay juice. But the reason why there's juice is because it's a good bet. And the thing is, you need 3 outs. So my rationale is like we had Skeens the one day, right?
You need 6
You need
outs.
6 outs.
Well, I'm saying from the one pitcher, right? So I'm saying we had Skeens one day. Once we got through the top of that first inning and Skeens came out, it was just so fun because we just glided right through it. So like typically there might be one guy you got to get through, and then once you get through that guy and you got the best pitcher going, like they got their ace stuff. They're coming right out of the gates. They haven't thrown any pitches. Their fastball's never going to be faster than the first inning, right? And then if you look at it from the other side, from the batter's side, the game's just kind of starting. It's not really intense to the point where like they need hits. So in my mind, I think it's an awesome bet. Now, I think the way that you get banged, and it happened to us the other days, we only needed an out, and then you get a home run, and that's devastating. But
home runs hurt.
yeah, but then when you get a double play, we got a couple double plays in an NRFI. That is a fun fucking.
the only
run.
thing you got to worry about is you're always going to be facing the team's leadoff hitter. So if that hitter does get on, the likelihood of him swiping a bag, and it's just pitching wise too. Like if you have a fast guy on the base, even if they're not stealing, just the threat of them stealing leaves you to sometimes you're so focused on them they leave one
But you
belt
can
high.
even get a hit. Just keep that guy on first, right?
Yeah,
You just keep
yeah.
that guy on first, and then all of a sudden it's like, you know what? I'm still okay here. Now, if there's a leadoff double, then you got problems. You got some problems. But there's nothing better than you start out and you see just a pop fly right up in the air. And I always think about it like this: is if I bet for a run in the first inning, I'd be sweating so much more from the other side because it seems so hard
So
when you
I
need
agree.
a run in baseball to get one as opposed when you don't need one.
It's a good bet to like if you have 2 or 3 for the day.
Yeah.
It's good to bet them straight and then also parlay them.
Yes.
Because it's a 2 or 3 leg parlay that, in my experience, I've hit the most. Like of 2 and 3 leg parlays that I've ever hit, the most I've ever hit them on are that no.
Yeah,
runs
you were the one who
inning.
first told me about that.
It's a great
Stu.
play. It's over so quick. It's just so it's just so fast. Like you can go about your day.
Well, that's the best part of it too. If you lose, you're not sitting there watching 3 hours of baseball. So you can move on with your life and you could actually look at another one. But like if you win, that's it too. You turn the game off and you're golden. And then it's like you got a shot of adrenaline. It's over so quick. It's almost like death. I want it to be fast. One way or another. Just get it over with. You know?
Like death. I think baseball in general, especially early, like before the All-Star break, it's so damn hard to gamble on a full game with run lines and things because it's just you're still getting to know these teams. The teams are still getting to know each other. They're still making moves. Like it's just
the
you see some games
too,
like the Phillies yesterday. I think it was yesterday or 2 days ago.
18-3.
We lost 18-3 to the A's, and we're the best team in baseball.
Yeah,
but
so it's like. What the hell do you do with that?
It's kind of the format, though, right? Because they play a series, right? So you're playing a team three games in a row. So even if the better team is that much better, it's hard sometimes to beat the same team 3 consecutive games.
I never.
And people don't look at it like that. They don't they say, "Oh, this team's really good and this team's really shitty." But you also got to look at the pitchers and where they are in the rotation. There's a lot more to it than just picking the best team.
That's why you can go ahead. Sorry.
Oh no, I was gonna say the sweeps. I never. The Friday, Saturday, anytime a team's going for a sweep, it's fun to bet against them because those are just rare to happen. The other thing, and this is I'm gonna sound like a crazy person, if you bet a game that's played in San Francisco, just hit the under because you will never see more gappers caught in your entire. They have the largest outfield.
Barry Bonds hit more.
Yeah, well, he just hit
him
over the fucking. He hit him over right field. I'm willing to bet if you look up like the stadium that has the least amount of runs, it's gotta be San Francisco. There are more gappers caught there than anywhere else. I'm telling you.
You just know that he bets a lot.
Telling you.
That's a sickening
I'm
thing
just
to
telling you,
say.
there are more.
He's never lived in San Francisco.
There are
never
more
rooted for the
gappers
Giants.
caught in San Francisco than and the ball hangs in the air for so long. I haven't even bet baseball this year. I'm just telling you.
For the past decade, they probably have the lowest over under out of any team, even when they were really good.
Because of the stadium, right?
Maybe not even because of the stadium, but
If you're watching the Open this week, all you need to know
Brooks
is
is in
whoever's
trouble.
down 2 strokes going into the final day will be the person
That's
this
right.
young man's betting
gotta be
on.
a big name.
And if it's Rory McIlroy, he's going to be licking his fucking chops.
Hammering it.
Yeah, sure will.
Sure will. You'll never pick the guy who's directly behind like 1 stroke.
Sure will.
It's the guy who's 2 or 3 strokes in that he has the value.
He started betting Rory after Rory's last major. Rory's last major, he was like, "All right, I'm going to be betting that guy."
I'm a huge fan.
Then the streak.
It's been 10 years.
When he
40 majors.
Seeing him that pissed off when he just left without talking to the media, I loved it. I was like,
Did you have him? You must have been throwing.
I had him that
fit.
Sunday. I sure did.
Oh,
sure
when
did.
he
But
missed
in
those
fairness,
putts, you must have been.
But we watched it together on Saturday. We did very, very, very well that week.
You were
we
having
can
a great
actually
week,
say.
but you must have been so pissed because he had it.
You know what bothers me though is because we'll watch games together all the time, and I always will ride with you always. But then if I have a bet,
That's also crazy.
you look at me like I'm nuts for not doing your theory. You know what I mean? Like he can't take your bet and ride because he's like, no, this guy's the idiot. Here's what the real. So he either has to bet it live. Like he can never take the exact
I always, Bob's
bet.
like, let's take this guy. I was like, let's wait.
That's right.
Let's
Yeah,
wait a
I'm
little
saying.
bit.
Wants your bet at a better line.
That's 100% true.
He'll ride. But true.
That is
I mean,
he's
like, yeah, no, I'm on that, but I'm on it at plus
Let's
300.
wait till he bogeys the first hole,
Yeah.
then
I'd be
we'll
like, I'll
grab
take
him.
the Oilers, but let me just watch the first period. Let
Yeah.
me see.
That's what I
Like,
do.
did
man.
he lives for the Chiefs to go down.
Oh,
He's just like, that's his entire Sunday. It's like, I hope the Chiefs go down by 10 early.
Speaking
And
of,
I can get a money line. They're going to win
plus
this game.
plus money,
They're
you
going to win
always
this
win,
game.
dude.
by the way, you're
about
pretty
this?
good at golf bets, Bob. Like you don't always win them, but you'll always be in the mix.
Matchups I've done
love
very
matchups.
well.
You're good at picking before the tournament. You'll pick a guy
Yes.
who's leading in the third
Finau,
round.
a
Max
couple years
Homa in the
ago.
Masters.
Yeah, but then
Homa.
I end up in a hedge situation where I need to hedge them because they're not going to close, but they give me a really good run.
Yeah, but you're there is what I'm
right,
saying. You're in the mix.
Which is all you could really ask.
Which is what you want. It's like if you're picking an outright winner before the tournament, for them to even be within like the top 5 to 10, it's fun because at least you're getting value for that pick.
Have you guys seen what Smiley and his
They're always right.
Went on a
nailed
heater,
it. Yeah.
right?
no, they won. I think they won last. They've had like 6 or 8 pre-tournament winners.
That's unheard of.
How is that possible?
Two guys. Between two
What,
guys
are they
picking
picking
one dude.
multiple guys
No, one dude.
before?
They each take one guy, and they've hit like 8 or something times.
That's
I hit like
wild.
2 or 3 like a couple years ago when I was
Yeah.
putting picks out, which is crazy.
It's wild.
Right? Pre-tournament to win. Like, you do that once a year, it's fucking good. These guys are on a absolute fucking heater.
They even had one guy like who was like a huge dog. I remember too
Yeah.
in a random tournament.
They had Knapp. They had that Jake Knapp guy.
Jake Knapp.
Oh
yeah.
yes,
I think that's who it was.
Yep.
It's crazy.
How do you pick that guy as your
They
one?
just know golf so
do.
well.
They really
like know
do.
what guys do on what courses.
Did you
and, like,
see?
Plays on what grass?
they know.
Did you see
Guy's
the
not very good on
ending of
Bermuda.
that live tournament this last weekend?
Yeah.
that missed
Tough.
putt.
For $4 million.
Garcia ended up win. Imagine you're sitting there and you just figure it's over, and all of a sudden the guy misses a 2-foot putt.
I saw that putt though, and I knew damn well I would have missed that.
It was a lot of break for a 2-footer.
It flew out.
Second place paid 2.5. So
He's okay.
Right.
Yeah.
He's doing all right.
Yeah, but imagine I couldn't. Knowing that putt cost me $1.5 million. That would be a tough sleep.
And also the prestigious Live Spain title.
You know, it is fun when they put out like the live of the earnings, like they do it for the PGA Tour. Like eventually, you can check the ESPN app and it'll show you who earned what. When they do it for the live, it's wild.
It's pretty dope.
It is
A lot of money rolling around there.
fucking crazy.
A lot of money.
All right, well, boys, we have Captain America joins the program. Christian Pulisic is going to be with us today. Little 2v2, so head on a swivel for that. That should be a lot of fun. This has been another edition of the Bob Does Sports podcast. The Have a Day drink store locator is out. Benjamin and Ticker are going to put that in the description below. So if you are in the New York area, if you are in the Florida area, if you want to see what states it's going to come when it gets there, that's going to be the link right there. We love you folks. We appreciate you. That's another edition Bob Does Sports Pod.
If your liquor store doesn't have it, tell them to get it.
Your golf course.
Pronto.
Local club. Local
them all.
public course. You want this shit? Tell them you want this shit.
You want
they'll
this
get
shit.
this shit.
You heard the man.